What's up, everyone? All right, well, here we are. It's Tuesday, and we've got a stock up right now with over 280 million shares of volume. Holy smokes. That is what we call obvious. This is the leading gainer in the entire market. It's also the leader in the market in terms of volume. This stock is what everyone's been focusing on. But it's almost too thickly traded. It feels like there's a real tug of war between buyers and sellers, and as a result, we have seen some pretty dramatic false breakouts, bull traps, bear traps, and jackknives. So, did I trade it? Of course I did. Did I make a lot of money on it? Of course I did not. I wish. But here's the deal. So, on this stock here, CETY is the ticker. It popped up this morning kind of late in the morning. We really had nothing early this morning that looked good. So I didn't get any trades at 7, 7:30, 8, 8:30. We come up to 9 and I'm like, well, all right, guys, looks like it's going to be a no trade day, but fear not, I'm going to switch gears and I'm going to teach classes. So I ended up teaching classes from about 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. this afternoon. So we got 4 hours of some really great coursework done for members, Warrior Pro members. But I was switching gears. So then all of a sudden I saw CETY pop up here and I was like, all right, here we go. As it popped up, I thought maybe I'm going to actually jump in this with a small account because it is, after all, as you can tell, cheap enough. So I could buy almost 2,000 shares of it. So when I first pulled it up right here, I was watching it right in this area and I was thinking I might take a starter on this right around $1.65. This is the spot I was watching it. And it ended up working. It went up to 74, but I didn't take the trade. I sort of thought, I think the upside is just too limited. I just don't think I'd make enough on it. So I talked myself out of it. Better be safe than sorry. It goes sideways here, then it dips down. And then I took the trade in my main account right here. No, I'm sorry. That wasn't it. Let me back this up. The trade in my main account was actually right here. And I mean, look, I got in. It goes from $1.75 to $1.82. It pulls back, then it goes up to $1.83. A couple cents per share. I mean, it just didn't have a ton of range in it. So because I took 30,000 shares, I was able to make $1,000 on it. It's like 3 cents, but I'm going to have fees and commissions on that trade. And, it just wasn't really worth it. So it's kind of a bummer. It ends up pulling back here, then ripping up, then popping up to a high there of 250 and then dropping back down. And I want to show you some of the price action that we saw in this thing today. So it ends up going sideways. Look at this. My goodness. Is it a bull trap? So it squeezes up into a halt. It opens higher and then it flushes sideways and then halts back down. Wow, that was not fun. So shorts might have gotten stopped out, but then longs got in and then they got stopped out. Everyone loses. So then it pops up here again. People are nervous, but it kind of grinds higher. So we've got a high of about 285 and then watch this candle. Golly, these candles up to $3 and then back down to $2.45. So we would call that a jackknife. We don't like to see that. And unfortunately, once a stock is shown even, this kind of move, you really can no longer trust it. You don't know exactly why that happens. If it's, there's a number of different reasons and we could speculate, but regardless, it just tells me the stock's too choppy. And so that big rejection there is not a surprise. If we saw another one later today, it wouldn't be a surprise. So I didn't end up really, pulling any big gains out of the market today. But on the other hand, it's a green day. I'm grateful for that. My small account here, it's a no trade day. I'm still sitting now. My account's still up about 55%. I funded it with $2,000, so I'm at 3,100 right now, which is great. So I'm happy with where this is sitting. I don't need to trade low quality setups. I want to keep maintaining high accuracy. So, this is kind of where I'm at right now. I'm showing up, but we're in the trenches. The market's a little cooler. It's a holiday week here, of course. We've got Thanksgiving on Thursday. And so I expect it'll be a little bit of a slow week. And I'm starting to get myself kind of oriented to, I'm going to be teaching classes this week, which is fun. And then, next week, I can't believe it, it's December. All of a sudden, we're right here at the end of the month and we're going into December. So, the small account challenge is going to keep growing. I'm going to keep trading, raising money for charity, and just showing up every single day and trading what's in front of us. If it's a little cold right now this week, I'm not shocked, but I'm looking forward to December. So that's where I'm at right now. This is a very brief recap. I'm going to keep it concise because there's really not too much else to go over. So I even thought about maybe I won't even do a recap. I mean, I've only got really that one trade, but then I thought, no, I'll do a recap. I'll give you guys the recap. It's better than a screenshot. So now you've heard my explanation for the trades on CETY. The news, by the way, on this is a $10 million battery energy systems storage, battery energy storage project in New York. But, you know, I don't know. It just didn't feel like a super hot sector to me. You know, it's not a biotech. It's not in the AI space. And, you know, I mean, crypto, obviously, you know, price of Bitcoin is down a little bit today. Over the last month or so, it's down like 22%. So the crypto catalysts, those haven't been working. So we're kind of in between hot cycles. But in the meantime, it's good to see that when something is moving, people are, you know, jumping off the side, off the sidelines, or so to speak, and jumping into the market. 284 million shares of volume that's a ton of volume. I mean, it's really incredible. The relative volume on it is over 4,000 times higher than average. So, you know, that's all good. I'm pleased to see at least that there was something moving. And I think this is one of those days where the reality is, for me, this didn't fit perfectly within my wheelhouse. But for other traders, this might have been just fine, right? Different people, different traders have slightly different variations of their strategies, momentum or reversal trading. So for me, this wasn't really, you know, my cup of tea, but I could understand if others liked it. It was up over, you know, nearly 200% at one point, and definitely has volume and liquidity. So if you're on a commission-free broker, you know, jumping in, jumping out, quick little scalps, you might have been able to do pretty well on this. But for me, this wasn't really the one. So that's it for me. That's my recap. I'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., bright and early streaming. And then if it ends up being another slow day, as far as trading is concerned, then you guys will get Warrior Pro members some extra time in the Warrior Pro Mentor room with me, some education. All right, so thank you guys again for tuning in. Reminder, trading is risky. My results aren't typical, so please manage your risk, take it slow, and always practice in a simulator before putting real money on the line. Okay, with that, I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.